Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can solve this example here. And this question is asking you to find the points on this curve such that the tangent line to this point here, the tangent line at these points will be parallel to this line given here. And perhaps in order to really understand what the question is asking, we can start off with some graph sketching, yeah? Okay, so if you look at this curve, xy equals to 12 is the same thing as having y equals to 12 over x. Okay. And based on this function here, you can recognize that the basic function or the similarity of this function is to this y equals to 1 over x. And we know how this function looks like based on what you have seen in chapter 1. So this function is going to look like this. Yeah. Something like this. So that is y equals to 1 over x. So if you have y equals to 12 over x, this can be written as 12 times 1 over x, which means that if you sketch the graph on the same space here, it's going to look like this. Yeah, so it's going to look like this more or less. Okay. And so based on this, we know that it retains sort of the same shape, just that the points here is multiplied with 12. So each point on y will be multiplied with 12. So the value here gets higher a bit, okay? Right, so now, what is the meaning of this statement? Okay, so now I'm going to erase this part and this part. Okay, so here we have this graph here, y is equal to 12 over x on this, okay? So now, what is the meaning of this statement given here? So for this one here, you have the line, which is y equals to negative 3x. Okay, so basically the slope is negative and it will pass, this line will pass through the origin. So you can imagine having the slope that is negative, which is going downwards like this, and the line here will pass through the origin, and this is y equals to negative 3x. So the question is asking you to find at what points on this curve, which is on this purple curve, the tangent line will be parallel to this red line here. So perhaps if you look at this line, the red line here, you can come up with a tangent line that is parallel to this line, perhaps at this point. So if you have this point, you can see that if you construct the tangent line, it will be parallel to this red line, yeah? And this point doesn't occur on this side of the graph. It can also occur on this side, for example, at this point. So the tangent line here, if you construct tangent line, it will be parallel to the red line given here. So basically, this is the visualization on what is the question is asking you to do. Okay, this is not exact visualization. It is just some sort of a tool to help you to understand what the question is asking you to do. So whenever you are like stuck in trying to answer the question thrown at you, start by drawing something or sketching a diagram, as simple as that, and from there you will be able to get the idea on how you can solve this problem. Okay, so now based on what I have shown you just now, I need to know what is the slope here. Okay, I need to know what's the slope here, such that the line here is parallel to this one. And because the fact that it is parallel, the slope should be equal. So the slope here must be equal to -3. And the same thing for this one, the slope here must be equal to -3. And therefore, whenever you talk about slope, or you talk about finding the derivative, you want to find the derivative of a function. Okay, I think I'm running out of battery here. We are looking to find the derivative of a function, and so we're going to start with finding what is dy dx. Okay, so dy dx is going to be equal to, the function given is, I'm going to write down in terms of 12x -1. Okay, and if you differentiate this function, you will get 12 -1 x -2, and this can be written as -12 over x squared. So that is the derivative of this function here. And we are going to set the result here, because this is the slope. We're going to set the slope equals to -3. So that is our next step. We will set the slope equals to -3. Therefore, we're going to let -12 x squared is equal to -3. Therefore, x squared times 3 is going to be equal to 12. X squared is equal to 4. And x is going to be plus minus 2. So that's the value of x. Now we need to find the points, which means we need to find the coordinates of x and y. So what is the value of y when x is 2? What is the value of y when x is -2? So when x is equal to 2, y is going to be -12 over 4. And sorry, y is not this one. Y is equal to 12 over x. Okay, 12 over x. And so y is going to be equal to 6. So when x is 2, y is going to be equal to 6. And when x is -2, y is going to be equal to 12 over -2. And this is equal to -6. So these are the points where the tangent line will be parallel to this line. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.